Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to It's Kim Live. Hello to my space angels who are all coming in. This show's going to be a little bit different than our norm, and I think that that's okay because we got a lot to talk about, man. I can't believe how different things are from when we talked on Monday. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. And we're also going to be joined by the people watching on Popcorn Planet currently with Andy. I was just on there. Thank you to everybody who came over and watched. I really do appreciate it. I saw the love in the chat, and that always just it's so nice to see you guys, and I really, really do appreciate it. So I don't want to do too much until everybody gets here because I feel like that would be kind of rude, if that makes sense. But my goodness, how is everybody doing? Because today we just got confirmation Diddy is in jail. And he's going to be in jail for a long time. A long time. Even if for whatever reason he, doesn't get max sentencing or whatever, he is in jail and will be in jail through the entirety of his trial and like from now till trial, through trial, and then we will see how things go from there. It is absolutely crazy. And today has been one of those days where I haven't been able to prep the show the way that I normally do. For those of you that may be watching for the first time, hi. Normally, what we do in this show is we start with the main topic, and that's the thing that you see in the headline. That's the title, all that good stuff. Then we move into a time that we call halftime, where we just all kind of communicate and we talk, and you guys share your opinions, and I interact with you guys. And then we have a fun section towards the end called What the What, where we look at something from around the internet that is crazy, funny, interesting. It's kind of like a palate cleanser, especially when we're looking at stuff that's like really heavy. It's a good time. So tonight we're not going to go as long because of how late it is for us. I've been going all day trying to make sure that we're on top of this. But for those of you who are not aware, here is the Coles notes of it all. On Monday night, Sean Diddy Combs, our own Sean John Jacob HEIMER SCHMIDT, was taken into custody. He was then he stayed overnight in custody, and the following morning we had an indictment released that went into his charges that included racketeering conspiracy, as well as what we call many, many cars. It is not a good situation for him. And then there was a hearing yesterday about bail, which he had denied. And then today we had an appeal hearing for the bail, and that has also been denied. So, Mr. Combs, Sean Combs, that we have been following on this channel for a long time, since the Cassie case dropped. We're finally here. We're finally here. Producer sister, who is joining me, you cannot see her, but you can hear her.
Hi.
Producer sister.
Yeah.
How are you doing with all this? I've been able to go on like Popcorn and, state my opinion now for the past 2 days. Where are you at on this?
I have hit refresh on my browser more in the last 2 days than I think I ever have.
Yeah, legit.
Of just trying to constantly like watching. I actually had all of Inner Cities Press's tweets being sent to my phone. So every time he tweeted, it was being sent to my phone, so I would get it immediately and I could try to stay on top of it for you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can we actually get some love for producer sister? Because she's been doing so much behind the scenes, helping me out, helping me keep my sanity, because there's only so many places I can put my attention at one time. It's pretty crazy. I am so overwhelmed. So there were a few stories I wanted to go to because I feel like a lot of the basics of this case now, I'm sure other YouTubers have covered it at this point. Like we've gone through it. We're there. The indictment is disturbing. The indictment is scary, and it may be something that I choose to do through a members only later on. But for now, I think we have gone through that, and I want to focus on some newer reporting and other stories that I am not seeing being talked about as much because I think that they are relevant. So I'm just going to pull a few of those up. Normally I have them in a different format, but we're going to have to do this today. It be what it be. Because we're rolling with the punches, right? We're just doing our best. We're doing our best. It be what it be. And I will say as the popcorn raid comes in,
raid's coming.
My Space Angels, please welcome everyone. Welcome if this is your first time to the channel. It means so much to me that you've chosen to stay here and not X off the window. It means a lot, and I really, really do appreciate you. So we are going to go through some newer Diddy reporting, separate from the bail hearing, which just happened, and we know that Diddy has now been denied bail. He was denied it yesterday, and then on appeal, he was denied again. So we'll do a few stories. Then we'll say hello to Lacy, who was here with me, and if you have not met Lacy before, you'll meet her today. I'm sure you'll love her.
Palette cleanser.
Yes, I'm sure you'll love her. And depending on the time, we may go into a What the What, which is a section I normally do on my show where we look at something from on the internet that is fun, interesting, crazy. It's a great palette cleanser because I think it's important when we're looking at stuff that's really negative a lot of the time that we also focus on positive because we have to take care of our mental health, right? So we're going to do both. So one thing I do want to pull up right now, let me move my stuff over. Oh my gosh. Seeing you guys all come in and trying not to have a heart attack. Trying very hard not to have a heart attack. Okay. So, getting all my stuff together. Oh, I just moved something I shouldn't have moved. I moved something live that I should not have moved. Okay, there we go. Yep. Are you throwing up in your mind yet? Cuz I'm kind of like screaming, crying, throwing up like the
screaming, crying, perfect storm.
Exactly. Okay, so the first story that I wanted to bring up because I thought it was hilarious was Mr. 50 Cent. We have talked a lot on this channel about 50 Cent and his reactions to what has been going on with Diddy. He is currently in the midst of making a documentary about Sean Combs and all of this stuff. So, of course, he had to weigh in on everything that happened yesterday. And, yep, here he is in this lovely, lovely shared post where he just says, "Here I am keeping good company with Drew Barrymore TV, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at home." Which, of course, is a reference to what we found out in the indictment was that when Diddy's home was raided, they found a lot. They found a lot of liquids, a lot of baby oil, and a lot of personal, personal things. And it was quite a moment. And I think a lot of us were laughing. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. What a way to respond to this. And I do just want to say right off the bat, if this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider hitting that like button. Thank you so much to Bon B that just gifted 20 memberships. My goodness, that is incredibly generous of you and so appreciated and so felt. But one of the things that I love to talk about on this channel, other than pop culture news, is mental health. And a part of that is because I've had my own mental health journey I've been very open about. And one of my coping mechanisms is laughing. That is, it's part of what we do. Producer sister, we laugh. We laugh through the pain because if we don't, we shall cry. And I don't want to cry all the time. I spent years of my life crying and I'm kind of done with that. I needed to find other ways to cope and move on. And this is where we are. So for me, through this story, 50 Cent has been quite a breath of fresh air, as was this tweet. And I absolutely loved that. So the latest that we have heard as well. Oh, it disappeared. Oh no. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it back up. Can you let me know where you're watching from in the chat, you guys? This is amazing. I don't think we've had this many people in here before. So
I don't think we have.
Yeah. So please be kind. Everybody be kind. In the chat. Those are my rules. Those are my rules here. Be nice or leave is pretty much the.
We do not spread hate.
We do not spread hate. We don't do that. That is not what we do. Where did it go? I had it and it disappeared. I'm angry now. I'm frustrated. There we go. Okay, so what I will say as we get into more of the current topics when we're talking about Diddy, let's do some housekeeping because that is important. I think it's very important to make sure we're doing things the right way. So let's go into my normal format for a moment. So yes, Diddy is done. It's done. It's over. It's finished. He is in jail. Now comes the trial. When will the trial happen? Um, I don't think it's going to be as long as potentially it could be. It sounds like there has been conversation about a speedy trial, so we will be seeing more information about that soon. And once I have it, I will let you guys know. So this stream will include speculation and opinion and should not be taken as fact. I am not a legal expert. I am not a doctor. I'm not any of these things. I am a fangirl that likes to talk on the internet about things that I care about. And for some reason, a whole bunch of you have decided to stay, and it means the world to me. But it should not be taken as fact. Always do your own research. Links to the sources are in the description. I keep a source doc where I put in links and everything, and I'll be updating that at the end of this show. So if you want to read what I'm reading, you are welcome to do that. Also, hi, YouTube Human Reviewer. We have tried to ensure this video is going to be appropriate for your community guidelines because I care about this platform and I like to stay on it. And viewers, please do not send hate to anyone, famous or not. It is okay to have your own opinion, but we should not be doing anything that is going to cause harm to people. I do not support hate in any form, okay? And then also, Sean Combs, I gotta update this disclaimer, everybody.
Yay!
Every show we've done, we've had to talk about this disclaimer, and it is that Sean Combs is innocent until proven guilty of all crimes, charges, allegations, and he does maintain his innocence at this time of some of the crimes alleged, because as far as I'm concerned, he admitted that it was him in the Cassie video and what he did there was not okay. So, you know, originally he had said he didn't do anything, but he clearly, he did something. He did something because he admitted he did something. So that's always my funny part for me. All right. So TMZ reported fairly recently today that apparently Diddy's life is in danger behind bars. Yes, because the jail that he is being held in Brooklyn is notorious for its living conditions. It is bad. And they have concerns. So TMZ is reporting Diddy should watch his back in prison because a former warden at the facility he's in says there are a whole lot of inmates who would see ending him as a badge of honor. Not great. As you know, Diddy is currently being held in MDC Brooklyn, a notorious federal detention facility in New York City without bail. And sources with direct knowledge tell us Diddy's being held in the special housing unit, which is away from general population. So, Cameron Lindsay, former warden of MDC Brooklyn, tells TMZ Diddy's location in the special unit makes sense because he's a target behind bars, and with his celebrity status and the nature of these allegations against him, potentially bringing unwanted attention from other inmates. Interesting. In fact, Lindsay claims that some would consider ending the mogul as a badge of honor, so prison officials want to minimize access to the star. That is fair. I think of another individual who was imprisoned for similar charges to do with many cars, as well as you know, related charges, and his last name started with an E, and I can't say his name here because that's one of those trigger words on YouTube. They don't like it. And he did not come out of prison. So I would like to see this man stand trial. So if that's what they think they need to do, that's what they need to do. In the special housing unit, Lindsay says Diddy's lifestyle will be heavily regimented with just 1 hour of rec time per day and 3 showers per week. We're told family and friends will be allowed to visit periodically, while his lawyers will have more access to work on his case. A day in the life of Diddy, Cameron says he will receive a 6 a.m. wake-up call, which at that time he will need to make his bed, mop the floor, and generally keep his cell clean. We're told he will receive 3 meals per day, adding up to 1,800 calories daily, all of which will be prepared early and will wait in a warming box to be given to them since he's not in general population, meaning the lackluster prison food won't be particularly fresh when he receives it. Am I supposed to feel bad about that? Producer sister? What?
It's kind of hard to... Okay. The fact that his food isn't going to be freshly made by his personal chef kind of thing, I don't... Muffin.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kind of thing.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Do I want his life to be threatened in this place? No, because as you said, I want him to stand trial.
Yes.
So there's that line,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Like, you shouldn't be at risk of that just because you're in prison.
Yes, there's still people.
But this is not a 5-star resort.
No, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be.
And if you're whining about the fact that it's not, well, too bad.
Diddy has access to a commissary where he can buy smaller goods like candy, coffee, tea, and cheese. Also larger items like sweatpants, sneakers, and a radio. All right, there we go. Now, the attorney to the rapper Casanova, who spent time in MDC Brooklyn before he was sentenced to 188 months last year for racketeering, tells TMZ the conditions in the prison are even more dire than they sound. So the lawyer said that regular fights and A's break out in the prison itself, and in the special housing unit, he says Diddy will have a very limited amount of access to the library and the phone. Interesting. That's actually probably for the best, based on what we have heard from these past hearings. My goodness. Yep. Because it sounds like he's been communicating with a lot of people. And through phone calls. Many, many, many phone calls. One person apparently got 54 phone calls in one day. That's like Fiona Harvey level. That's baby reindeer level. That's scary.
That is stalking.
Yep. So JK says it's harder for visitors to come and see people through the special housing unit because it takes a long time to get up there. And the prison doesn't allocate more time. So even with regular visitation, Diddy will likely not see much of his family. And all in all, it sounds like Diddy will be living a pretty isolated life unless he's allowed out on bail soon, which we know as of today, he's not getting out on bail. He's not getting out on bail, which I'm very happy about. I'm very happy about. Let me see here. So I did have one other story that I wanted to share with you guys because this one actually got me a little bit kind of emotional, and I wasn't expecting it to, but it did. I'm just trying to make sure I got this framed properly for you guys so you can see it. How many of you, this is a thing that we do in this chat. We have an inside joke here about numbers. We looked at a What the What once, or the funnier portion of this show that had numbers. What was it, on an elevator? It was
an elevator panel.
It was an elevator. So it was supposed to say like first floor, second floor, third floor, but instead it said first floor, second floor, third floor. Like, and it just sent me, and I could not stop laughing. So it's become an inside joke in this community. So what I'm going to ask is put a one in the chat if you are aware of what happened at Club New York in 1999, including Diddy and J-Lo. Let me know. And if you don't know, you can put in a tooth or 2th. So one-th or tooth. Let me know. And that'll kind of give me an idea of how many of you, like how much I need to get into this so everybody is aware of the context. I go deep into context. It's arguably a problem, but I don't think it's a problem. I think context matters. I think nuance matters. All of those things are important, especially with stories. If you just read a headline, you're not going to get the whole story. I'm seeing a lot of once and half and half. Half and half. I like that, Mina. I saw half and half. That was cute. Okay, so basically, Diddy went to a nightclub in 1999 with Jennifer Lopez and his protege at the time, Shine. There was an incident that broke out at that club. There were what I am going to have to censor my words and call pew-pews, and some people were injured, including a woman. Her name is Netanya, and she was unfortunately struck in the face by something that discharged from the pew-pew. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. And I'm really sorry that I'm having to use code words. I hate it too. So Netanya, has been so vocal that she believes that the person who pulled the trigger on that arm was Diddy. However, Diddy was not found guilty in the case at all. And that's been very frustrating for her. So she has reacted to the arrest, and I thought this was so beautiful, and it hasn't been one that I've seen a lot of reporting on. Producer Sister, have you seen a lot of talk about this?
No, I haven't.
Which is really sad because
it's
important. It's really important. So she shared this so she spoke with the Daily Beast. So if the 9mm, I have to censor myself, fired directly into her face a quarter a century ago had proved fatal, Netanya Rubin would be long past, and there would have been no teenage daughter to call her from the top of the stairs on Monday night. And she says, "Mommy, guess who's in custody?" Reuben later told the Daily Beast, I asked her if it was somebody locally in town that we knew, and she's like, no, he's bigger. Reuben then saw something akin to bewilderment in the eyes of her daughter, Nirvana. Reuben realized that she was talking about the hip hop mogul Sean Combs, also known as Puffy, Diddy, and as we lovingly call him here, Sean John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. And I said, are you kidding me? Really? And she said, yes. I just screamed out to God, thank you, merciful Father. Which I just, oh, it was such a moment. Like I can't imagine what that felt like for her. Just absolutely mind-blowing. So back on December 27th of 1999, Reuben had been at Club New York in Manhattan helping a friend promote a New Year's Eve event, and Combs had arrived with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, and was also accompanied by his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones and rap protege Shine, who did go to prison for this incident and has said that everybody knows that he's the fall guy of this. I would be very interested to see what's going to happen with this case because as the district attorney said yesterday, he's not taking anything off the table. And the investigation is still ongoing. And this is kind of one of these things as I followed this case, I've been like, I would not be surprised if this gets opened again. I don't know if that's what's happening, to be clear. That is my speculation and my opinion based on the insane amounts of information I have taken on in the past number of months because of Diddy. But it is definitely, it's sus. As the kids say, it is sus. Combs got into a verbal dispute with a dealer. Reuben says she clearly saw Combs with a pew-pew in his hand, and she was in the line of fire when she saw him. She was in the line of fire when she saw him fire, and she recalled the muzzle flash. I watched him, she told the Daily Beast. I saw him with my own eyes, and she somehow survived being hit directly between the eyes, straight on into the nose. And again, this is one of these things, I don't think people talk about this enough, what this woman went through. It's just awful. It felt like I was hit with Paul Bunyan's flaming hot sledgehammer, she recalled. She thought of her two young sons and was determined to survive. I called it to God and I said, don't take me. I'm not finished raising my kids. I have work to do, she recalled. Lopez joined Combs, Shine, and Jones in fleeing. The police gave chase and they were pulled over a short distance away, and a stolen pew-pew was found in the vehicle. And the three men were charged with pew-pew possession and went to trial. Combs arrived in court wearing a light gray overcoat that looked like it had been cut from a cloud. He held out his shirt sleeves and dropped 2 platinum cufflinks on the defense table. His attorneys of Ben Brafman and Johnny Cochran of O.J. Simpson fame hurried to affix them. Reuben testified, so did the surgeon who had managed to save her at St. Vincent's Hospital, which, I mean, seriously, props to the medical people and the law enforcement and all these people that are having to deal with all this mess. I can't imagine. He recounted to the jury what Reuben had been screaming, Puffy shot me. The surgeon had been unable to remove all the fragments without endangering Reuben, and investigators did not have enough to make the ballistics match with the recovered pew-pew. Combs was acquitted, as was the bodyguard. Burroughs was convicted and did 9 years in state prison. That's Shine, which is just, ugh. Justice for Shine, man. He was then deposited to his native Belize, where he's now a politician, serving as leader of the opposition. It's true. It's true. It was actually really interesting. A number of months ago, he did speak about it publicly with the press in Belize, and we got to go on a whole chase of understanding Belize media. It was very fascinating. It was very fascinating. Reuben continued to suffer the after effects of being struck in the head. I had a host of problems, not the least of which is a TBI, because the projectile scarred my brain, she reported. But worse was the sickening feeling that celebrity and wealth had enabled Combs to escape justice. He went on to become a billionaire and seems to have taken the acquittal as proof that he could do anything he wanted. Reuben continued to speak truth to power, even when it seemed nobody was listening. I was listening. We were listening. Telling everybody in no certain terms that there was never a dispute and that he, in the face. Combs seems even more unassailable 2.5 years ago when Reuben announced that she had received a message from on high that it was all going to catch up with him. I said this to my girlfriends of mine and a couple of family members, she recalled. I said, God told me this was going to happen. And they were like, that's not going to happen. And I said, I'm telling you, it is. And they were just like, oh, she's wilding out. She's bugging out. She was right. Then, the beginning of November last year, a series of civil lawsuits were filed by women who alleged that Combs had essayed and attacked them, in some instances subjecting them to substances and freak-offs with male escorts while Combs watched and videoed and had a good time on his own. The whole world got to see Combs in May after CNN released a 2016 hotel surveillance video that showed him hurting ex-girlfriend Cassie. And when all of this stuff started coming out, friends and family members came back to me and said, you know, we thought you were kind of losing it when you were saying that a few years ago, but you were right. Can you imagine that type of a conversation? Like, girl, we thought there was something wrong with you, but you were right. There we go. Federal agents began investigating, and the result was a 14-page indictment for ST, racketeering, unsealed Tuesday. Combs knew it was coming, and he flew from Miami to New York to turn himself in. Homeland Security agents went ahead and arrested him at a Manhattan hotel at 8:25 p.m. on Monday. Rubin survived to raise her sons and 17-year-old daughter, Nirvana, into fine young people. Rubin was in the living room on Monday night when Nirvana appeared at the top of the banister from the second floor and announced the news about the big person in custody. One of the best days ever, Rubin later said. She counted it as a personal victory that Combs might finally be brought to account, if not in her case, but in the new one. Combs was somebody with power, prestige, fame, money, and all of that, she said. It was the biblical David and Goliath story. I know my sling and my stone might be 25 years old, but she could not help but think things might have been different for many victims in this case if she had prevailed a quarter of a century ago. These people in subsequent cases, all the people who have been aided by him subsequently, would not have had to endure any of it, and that's the saddest part of it all. Combs was arraigned on the 26th floor of Manhattan's federal courthouse on Tuesday afternoon. He came before the magistrate, Judge Robin Tarnofsky, I hope I'm saying that right, in a black t-shirt, gray sweatpants with a black stripe on each leg. He had none of the flash and swagger of years past. Puffy's face was simply puffy. He looked tired and dissipated. Not guilty, he said when asked how he pleaded. And the prosecution team consisted of 5 women, all clad in black. The lead assistant U.S. attorney, Emily Johnson, described Combs as a serial heir and a serial obstructor. When questions of bail arose, defense attorney Mark, I don't know how to say this guy's name, one of Diddy's lawyers, argued that Combs had earned the court's trust by doing everything from assembling his family's passports to putting his plane up for sale to paying off his mortgage so his home could be a part of a $50 million bail package. Johnson responded by addressing Combs directly. I don't think you can trust yourself, she said. After a brief recess, the judge reunited and ordered Combs to be remanded. Combs turned toward several family members who sat in the third row and placed his hand over his heart. To his right was a spectacular view of late afternoon sun shining in the streets and towers of Manhattan, where it had once seemed he could do whatever he wanted. He had the look of somebody peering up from a deep, lightless hole as he turned to his left and began the journey to the dreaded Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He faces a maximum of life in prison. Word that he had been remanded quickly reached Rubin. That is absolutely great news. Isn't that awesome, producer sister?
Yeah.
Like this, I love this article.
And
I love it.
I know this case is not justice for her situation, and goodness knows, maybe this will lead to justice for that.
Yep.
We don't know what they're going to uncover. We don't know what evidence they've found. We don't know what people are coming forward right now with more information. As the judge alluded to today, they've gotten calls since yesterday when they put out that phone number. Mm-hmm. So maybe it will, but it looks like, and I hope she can get some peace moving forward, that he won't be able to hurt anyone else.
Yeah.
And even he has not been convicted We know innocent until proven guilty, but we also have video evidence of him hurting Cassie.
Yes.
So that we can't let that behavior continue.
So I do need to go through all of the support that you guys have sent in, which is incredible. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys right now. Here's the thing with me, guys. If this is your first time here, I just keep it 100. I don't lie about where I'm at emotionally. I'll tell you guys exactly where I am. If I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna tell you I'm having a bad day. If I'm not feeling well, I'm gonna tell you I'm not feeling well, because there's no point. Because, as Emily D. Baker says, whom I respect very much, and I just think she's incredible. My face has closed captioning, so there's no point in me holding anything back, because it's written all over me, and I am very overwhelmed in this moment, because we are a couple hundred views away from this being the biggest stream I've ever done. And I am so incredibly happy and thankful that you all have chosen to be here. It means so much to me. And I want to be very clear that I'm not happy that we are celebrating this victory, in the sense that I don't like what's happened that has got us to this point. I would much rather have not had us, have to talk about this, because it never happened. But horrible things have happened, and somebody is facing accountability. And I know there's a lot of people in my community, and there's people in my life. A lot of people don't get justice. A lot of people don't have this moment. And I think it is a win for everybody when these big cases get a win. And we got to win today, guys. We got to win today with this appeal being thrown out. There is no question anymore at this time. I mean, in my opinion, I guess I have to say, he's a criminal. And there is a judge there that, through this appeal hearing, was not taking any crap from this man and his attorneys. And I thought it was a really, really nice thing to see. So I'm so happy that we're all, I think there's a lot of things in this world right now that we're divided on. There's a lot of division. But I think most of us are happy when we see a monster be brought to justice. And I think we've started to see that today. So I am going to continue to cover this case, as I have been since the original Cassie lawsuit dropped. And I feel very passionately about it, even when it hasn't been the most popular thing to talk about. I think it's important. And I talk about other stories too. I'm a huge Britney Spears fan, if you couldn't tell by some of the stuff behind me. And I also I love pop culture in general. I think it's incredibly important. And if you want to stick around, you're welcome to. You're welcome to. I'd love to see you stay. But I am going to read support. You guys are going to meet Lacy, if you guys are down with that. If Lacy's down to see you guys. She is asleep right now. Oh my gosh. She's got her head like in the bed. And then depending on the timing, we may go into What the What. We'll see. I've been going for a long time today. So, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm hurting. So let's go through this. Aria has been a member for 22 months. You're almost at your tooth. Yay! Yes, as the joke earlier, guys, we have badges for members if you're interested in joining membership. Once you get to the 1 year mark, you are given a oneth badge, and once you get to the 2 year mark, you will be given a tooth badge. And we are starting to get to a point now where tooth is
a week away.
Yeah, people are eligible for a tooth if they, like, it's been 2 years since I've had a membership program. A week away, which is crazy. So thank you to everybody.
I did check it earlier today, and I am 1 year, 11 months, and 23 days. So we are a week away from tooth.
Yes. So Aria, you're getting close to your tooth. Congratulations. Matt Bond, my friend. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Did Diddy did it, or didn't Diddy do it? Did it? Oh, and say boo. Say boo. Oh, wait, it's a water buffalo. Merle has been a member for 12 months. You got your one. That's awesome. She said, I wish you all, and for me, late night stream, and thank you so much. I know you said you weren't sure if you're going to be able to come here tonight, so I hope you enjoyed on the replay whenever you're able to see it. Vicky A has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Vicky A. That is incredible. Brian K has given a super sticker here, or super chat. I'm not sure which one it is, but
Let me check.
I think it's a sticker. It's a 5. Or it's a super chat with no text. Brian, thank you for the $10 super chat. That is so kind of you. Michael Nothing, my friend, has been a member for 13 months. You got your one. It's good to see you. Thank you so much with lots of hearts. Jane Ann sent in a super sticker of the hippo for $10. Thank you very much. We love the house hippos here. Sorry?
In the chair.
In the chair. We love it. I'm relating to this hippo. Gaynor Rance has been a member for 18 months. Thank you. Saying, stay calm, Kim. You've got this. No. 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 You know what I love? I know everybody's making the jokes about the, very demure, very mindful. I love Selena Spooky Boo, who's another YouTuber that I love, fellow Canadian. If you ever saw this, much love to you. And she did this audio of it, basically just saying, I'm not demure. I'm not mindful. I am a goblin. I relate to this. No. Vicky A also sent in a super sticker of the hippo. Thank you so much. Jim sent in a super sticker saying cool with the pear. Thank you very much. Cameron sent in a $5 super chat saying great commentary. Keep it up. Cheers from Canada. Thank you so much. Hello, fellow Canadian.
Hello, Caducker.
Yep. Nikki said amazing job and a $5 chat. Thank you so much. Robin's good to see you too. $2 in the super chat saying we have your back. I appreciate that. Thank you. Did I get Marcy? I don't see Marcy. Oh, Marcy, I did. I went over her. I'm so sorry. Marcy, thank you for the super sticker there of the happy puppy. We love the happy puppy. Thank you. Karen L has been a member for 5 months. I'm getting there. One thug. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Katie Artist, my incredible mod. Thank you so much. Member for 14 months. You're doing amazing. It's fashion. Burp. It is. Should we do it? Should we show you guys? This is one of our little jokes here that we love. It's when something is fashionable. It's fashion.
It's fashion meets. It's fashion.
Yeah, it's fashion. Terry has been a member for 14 months. Thank you so much. Thank you for this. And on Popcorn Planet, difficult. It has been, but it's worth it. And for the record, Your Honor, my other incredible mod and friend, thank you so much for the little super sticker there. You guys are amazing. Okay. So, I get to introduce you, so many of you probably, to Lacy. Lacy is my dog. Lacy hangs out with me a lot. Lacy assists me with my disability. I adore her. She is amazing. We've gone all over the world together. She's great. Lacy, do you want to say hello to everybody? She had her hair cut yesterday, so she's a bit tired. Oh, and burp right off the bat. Thank you so much. Lacy gives loving burps. I swear she can do it on command. And I think it's because when she was a puppy, she burped and I laughed because it was hilarious seeing a burp come out of a 2-pound body. And yeah, she's just kind of committed that to memory. So this is Lacy. If you are a member, we have a Lacy emoji that you're welcome to use as well. We love her so much, and she's a little bright spot, especially when we talk about stuff that sucks. All right, Lace? Yep. All good? Anything else you want to say? Sometimes you give a yawn or a sniff. You're just kind of chill. I know you're tired. Okay. I'm going to put her back in her chair. I also have another dog, Charlie, who is a senior Shih Tzu, and he is very loud. So he is not always in this room because he's quite the seed stealer. If Charlie is in the room, nobody else matters. Beth S., thank you for the 13 months of membership. Love the Lacy burps. Thank you very much, and thank you. And in case I forgot to say it last month, congratulations on your 1th. And Kyle, my goodness, member for 14 months. Woot, much love to Kim, Producer Sister, and Space Angels. It's good to see you, Kyle. Thank you guys so much. Producer Sister, may I ask you, how many memberships have we been gifted today?
25.
25. So we are Team Odd. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to kind of go in with the chat here with you guys because I want to talk to you guys for a few minutes and see how we are all doing because I care about what you guys think. We've been streaming now for about 40 minutes. is planning on going for about an hour, so we can chill here for a bit if that's what you guys want to do. I don't think we're going to have the time to do a full What the What tonight because there's been a lot, and I've certainly said a lot over these past few days. Um, Hours and hours of streaming over on Popcorn with Andy, and I want to know what you guys are thinking. So let me know what you guys are feeling in the chat. I'd love to share this with you. Share thoughts, and we can all talk together. Corina, hey, thank you. We love you, Kim. Hope your channel grows. I appreciate that. I really, really do. I love doing this. Recently went from working full time to being laid off, unfortunately, and now this is what I do. This is what I do. I love YouTube. This is one of my favorite things in the world, and I'm so blessed to be able to do it. Vicky A, thank you for the gifted membership. That's very kind of you. Nancy Lynn just said, how much do you think J-Lo will be called and Bieber? Okay, that is a good question. Whew. I think it would be very difficult if anything from the past gets opened up for J-Lo to not be called. Just because of the proximity of where she was, regardless of what she was charged with or what, what charges were dropped. She was very close to the whole situation. And I genuinely do hope when it comes to the case of J-Lo that we can. I know people can't stand J-Lo, and I understand why, but I also feel like there is a good chance that if we look at what's happened with Cassie, there's a lot of things in there that are reminiscent of what happened with J-Lo, and I want to hear from J-Lo what really happened before I pass a judgment on her in this regard. And as far as Bieber, we don't know what happened with Bieber. And I don't like to speculate too much about, CA would be the code words I would use. Because it's a very personal decision to talk about that if it did happen to you. That's part of my story is CSA. And I don't believe that anybody should be forced out to say anything. So I do hope that, if he can give relevant information that's helpful, that he can do so on terms that are good for him and won't further hurt him or traumatize him, if indeed something did happen, because we don't know what happened. So that's kind of where I sit on that, Mark. I hope that makes sense.
I think I'd throw Usher in there too.
Yeah.
Same as Justin.
Yeah, because I know some people are really judgy about Usher, and the more that I think about it, and I was a little bit as well after reading Dawn's lawsuit last week, where she detailed an incident where Cassie was hurt, trigger word, in front of many people from Interscope Records, which included Usher and Neo allegedly, and people just let him do it, which is really, really sad. And I am just hoping that. I'm sure Usher has stories to tell because he was sent to Puffy flavor camp as a child. I don't know what he witnessed. I don't know what was normalized for him, but I hope that he's able to do the right thing now as a grown man. That would be where I would put it.
I'm pretty sure there's an interview too of someone asking Usher if he would ever send his kid to Puffy flavor camp, and he's like, no.
No, his response was hell no.
So,
and that's what I mean. Like, it's he knows something, but it's, I hope he can do that without, being in danger and further potentially bringing up old trauma of his, right? We have no idea. And I'm not saying that he has any. I'm just saying we don't know. Yeah. Drain Hibbert said, only one question. Okay. Kim, maybe if you have an answer, what did the lawyer of, I assume, Combs mean when they will appeal today verdict on bail outside of the court in a press conference? I unfortunately was not able to watch the press conference, so I can't really answer anything specific to what was said. But what I can say is that I'm sure if there is any means of appeal of anything, Diddy's camp is going to do it. Producer sister, you get what I mean?
Oh yeah, but based on how the judge was responding in the tweets that we saw,
I'm not having it.
I don't. Unless they can pull something out of thin air that they haven't done already that's completely different from the arguments they've already tried, I don't see it working.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it definitely looked like the judge had enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it was great. Dreadnought, hello, said, how many names do you think Diddy will drop in the hope of saving himself?
All of them.
I hope he takes ours. I hope he takes mine. I put that up for professional consideration. Sean John Jacob, Jingle HEIMER SCHMIDT, please.
No, I think he means like celebrity names will he drop.
Oh, I thought you meant he's renaming himself like after Love.
No.
Because we've had the many iterations. We had, Puffy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Brother Love, Love.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is going to go well for him in prison. But let's just, we'll just leave that there.
I don't think there's any name he would keep under wraps if it meant saving himself.
Oh yeah, no, Diddy will. I think he'll sell everybody out. If there's any chance of him getting any type of deal or anything, he's gonna be like.
I don't think loyalty is gonna go before him keeping himself out of jail.
Nope.
I just can't see it.
No, I can't see it either. Let me see here. I hope I am. Oh, I have top chat on, so I'm missing some of you guys. I'm sorry.
I hate that it defaults to that.
I know. Okay. Thoughts. Oh, this is Alicia or XX Alicia XX. Thoughts. Wouldn't it be hysterical if we could see Diddy try to control his temper in the courtroom just because he's not getting his own way? Oh, I'm calling it right now. I think when this trial happens, he's going to be found in contempt of court. That's my bet. I have no evidence to back that up other than the fact that I've seen him scream and throw things around his office and, can't stop, won't stop, and I'm a savage and all that. I don't know. But I don't think he's going to be able to keep his cool, especially when things are not going his way. Let me see here. Gaynor, thank you. Let's get Kim to 1,000 likes. If you guys want to. I'm not going to say no. Yeah, thank you, Dreadnought. He just responded to Alicia saying, I know what he'll do. When he's in the checkmate position, he'll flip out and do the whole Emma Savage bit in the courtroom. Oh, yeah. If he throws anything, it's over. Let me see here. Dawn said there's a lot of celebrities involved and knew what was going on. Justin B got away from Diddy and is much better now. I hope he is. I do hope he is. I've honestly been kind of nervous because I've been seeing some reporting that he's been struggling a bit after becoming a father. What I mean, I think most people, it's a huge adjustment. It's a massive adjustment, but I do genuinely hope he's doing okay. Kay Perry said, Your Honor, just quoting, Your Honor, the freak-offs were elaborate as the opening line was my personal highlight. That was great. I'm not going to lie. That was funny to me too. Because the problem is, I know it was in the afternoon, but it's just kind of like one of those, we're just going to skip the pleasantries and go right into the freak-offs were elaborate. It's so alarming, but hilarious to me. That's great. Lewis42 said it's heartbreaking what happened to Justin. I hope he's at peace. He's been through enough. Yeah, and that's the thing. I just want him to be okay. And also said Lewis 42 also said Aubrey O'Day is another. I hope she's extremely happy right now. She's been going through hell too. Absolutely. She did make a statement on her social media saying that she's happy that it seems like things are changing, and I agree with her, and I'm happy that she's been really vindicated over these past few months.
I've got it if you want me to read it.
I don't know if we're gonna have time.
No, her statement.
Yeah, I know. Well, if you want to send it to me, you can, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get to it, but it's okay. Let me see here. Oh gosh, Jay said Brother Lube instead of Love. I mean, that could be a new name. Not gonna lie. Beautiful Energy. Didn't Jaguar Wright say Jay-Z is even worse than Diddy? Okay. I'm gonna level with you guys. I'm seeing a lot of conversation of people saying that Jay-Z is next. I don't know. I can say, as I've done research into the world of Diddy and the East Coast, West Coast, all that stuff, Jay-Z's name has come up a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some concerns, but I am waiting for more information before I start really going down that rabbit hole. And I hope that makes sense. Lena said, I have a question. Well, not really. I just wonder about Trump, and there's a lot of pictures of him and P. Diddy, so I have questions about in general about involvement. Okay, here's what I will say about that. I try to keep politics as much out of this chat as possible because time and time again, I have just seen that people are not capable of being able to have rational discussion with each other when it comes to politics, and it just becomes a screaming match. And I'm not really into that. I don't really want that. But what I will say is there's a lot of people that have photos with Diddy. A lot. And there's a lot of people that went to Diddy parties. But that doesn't mean that they necessarily had anything to do with anything. And I don't want to start judging people on that because we don't know. Diddy was a absolute titan in this industry. Everybody knew who he was. Going to his parties was sought after. Dawn kind of made a reference in her civil lawsuit last week that she felt at points that she was tested to see if she could be trusted with information before she really started to see the stuff that was really messed up. So I'm going to go with not everybody that went to a Diddy party knew what was going on at a Diddy party. So not everybody that took a picture with him at a Diddy party knew what was going on. That's all I'm saying. So I'm sure we'll get more information as time goes on, but I just want to be, you know.
We're not going to jump to
No,
conclusions
no.
across the board because there's been tons of celebrities and various people who have had their picture taken with him.
Mhm.
So a picture does not constitute guilt
Yeah.
in this across the board.
Yeah.
We need more than that because goodness knows if that's the criteria to convict someone, that's a very dangerous road.
It is. It is. Yeah, Lynn said, I thought he gets what he wants. Kyle just said, I get what I want. It's the problem. My brain goes immediately. Do you guys remember the Liam Kyle Sullivan comedy video from like back in the day called Shoes?
Let's get some shit.
Let's get some shoes. These shoes roll. These shoes suck. There's this one part in that video where it starts off and she just goes, I'm gonna get what I want. And sometimes when I hear people be like, I get what I want, I just hear her in my head going like, shiz. I think you have too many shiz. Shut up. That's great. Jay Brimble just said, there must be so many victims of Diddy out there. He doesn't have any qualms about who he hurt all these years. I don't think he even knows. I don't think he knows. I honestly think he is so in his own, like, weirdly narcissistic, obsessed little Delulu universe that he lives in that he genuinely has no idea how much damage he has caused. Producer sister, what do you think about that? Like,
yeah, well, for me, it's hard to believe he even views everyone as people.
Yeah.
Just based on how he treats them, what it's alleged that he's done to them. Does he really believe these people are people? And when you don't look at someone like that with humanity and decency and respect, yeah, I doubt he has any idea how many people he has brought into this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me see here. Just reading through you guys. Stop moving, chat. They keep sending me to the bottom, and then I gotta go back and find you guys because I don't want to like just skip over people. Be rude. Okay. Natalie just said, hi, everyone. Thank God they finally arrested him and he can't buy his way out of anything anymore. Thank God. I love that he literally came in with $50 million and they were like, nah. No, it's great. It's great. Debbie K.E., if I were some of these witnesses, I would be scared of his sons now. They've been groomed in this too. Okay, so here's the fun thing. We have talked quite a bit about Mr. Christian King Combs on this channel. I have a loving nickname for him as well, Yeet Skirt, because he put out a diss track essentially to Homeland Security after the raids. That was a choice. I think that tells you everything you need to know about this kid. That someone thought that was a good idea. Just writing a whole diss track of him just screaming, suck my, to the government. Great. A+. Great idea. It didn't go over well. We'll put it that way. And I've heard many rumors that it's quite funny that might have actually had something to do with allegedly rumored speculation. It might have actually had something to do with the timing of the Cassie tape being released, which I think is hilarious because he also made a post earlier on Monday saying that Don's lawsuit was a capathon or a liathon, as the children say, cap. And then his dad gets arrested that night. You can't write this stuff, you know what I mean? But there is a lawsuit against King, Christian King Combs, and we will see where that goes, but that is a civil lawsuit as well. But I would assume at this point, based on what we've read from the indictment, that the feds are looking very closely at these civil lawsuits. So we'll see. We'll see.
I think they're probably working in tandem for a lot of this.
Everything I have seen, my personal opinion and belief is that is true.
Yeah.
Can't confirm it.
Yeah, but it looks like it.
Quack, quack. Right?
And just based on how much they were referencing some of these civil lawsuits in what we've read so far, they are well aware of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, let me see here. Stephanie said, I truly believe this will be a sigh of relief to so many. I agree. Let me see here. Alicia said, supposedly, I hope it's okay, XX Alicia, XX. Is it okay if I just call you Alicia? Let me know. I don't want to disrespect you. Supposedly, Jay-Z left the country already. Huh? I mean, if he did do something and he left the country, leaving the country does not make you look innocent.
No.
But I'm not saying he did anything. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there could be many reasons why.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy man with a lot of business ventures.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Yeah, Martine said Diddy parties are 3-tier: party, after party, and after party. It could entirely be possible.
Yep.
I'm just there. I believe that there were different tiers of trust. We'll put it that way.
I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. Rose said if Dids possibly drops names, he may run the risk of being who I call heffied. Heffied and maxipad is how we refer to them here, especially if those names are those more powerful. It's true. Medora just said, I just noticed I haven't seen King Bob for a while in the chats. Hope everything is okay. I believe, isn't he on vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine, from what we know. And much love to King Bob, wherever you are. Let me see.
Alicia said yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, Lena said it's a relief that the bail was refused. Yes. I know I'm missing some comments, guys. I'm doing my best. It's just the chat keeps moving. I'm not used to having a chat moving this quickly because I'm not used to having this many people here. And it's awesome. And I'm so happy that you're here. And yes, this stream is now my biggest stream and quite possibly is going to double the last biggest stream I had. So trying not to throw up, but thank you very much. Let me see here. Kyle, don't matter how much King's dad may have, no one wants no one wanted that song either. You know what, honestly, one of the funniest things about that was for me with doing that whole story when we talked about King Combs, because there is an episode of my live streams that you can find where we do talk about that in depth. I tried to find the lyrics of the song because unfortunately on YouTube, copyright is a thing. So if you play songs, you can get in trouble with it. So I really didn't want to risk this channel over King Combs' diss track, and I hope that that's understandable. So I tried to find the lyrics, and no one had taken the time to write out the lyrics and put them online. So I had to listen to this song and transcribe the whole darn thing.
Pain.
I heard that song so many times. It was painful. It was painful. And yeah, no, ridiculous. Martine said he has traits of antisocial personality disorder, no remorse, no guilt, no feelings, etc. Not just a narcissist. He's just like mine, but very high on the spectrum. I mean, I think it's entirely possible, right? Like, I'm not a psychologist. And I always preface, I've been through a lot of therapy, but I'm not a psychologist. And he definitely does exhibit a lot of traits. I would be interested if there's gonna be a oh gosh, why can't I remember her name? The superhero amazing psychologist that was in the death trial
Oh, yeah. I
with
know
the
who you-
great hair and the muffins. Please help me, chat. I cannot remember her name right now because I am exhausted, and she was amazing. But I wonder if he is going to be evaluated.
Mhm.
I could see that being the case, and I would. Obviously, it's private information, but I would be curious if it was released. Let me see here. Isn't it Dr. Curry?
It might be.
Please tell me I
Shannon
remembered
Curry.
that.
Dreadnought just said Shannon Curry.
Yay! Thank you very much. Okay, I did remember. I'm happy with myself. Okay, Tyrana said, can you set the chat to slow mode at ItsKim? I know other YouTubers have. It might help. I think it's not as crazy now, so I think I'm okay. But if it does get a lot, then I'll change it. And hello, Wancho from the Ravens flock. I had my show for tonight ready to discuss big information scam I learned about, but now I gotta throw it and talk about Diddy tonight. Isn't that the worst? But like you prep this whole thing and then all of a sudden some huge news has to happen and it's like, oh, okay, apparently that's not what I'm doing today. That's fun. Let me see here. Okay. Hope everybody's being nice in the chat.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, Shirley said, do you know if the DA/court reject any possible plea deal? I don't. I'm not 100% sure on a lot of that stuff. So that's part of why I ask my friends who are lawyers because they're far smarter than I am.
Didn't sound like today they were looking for.
I don't think the judge is interested in it.
I don't think either side, like based on what we've seen from the U.S. attorneys, they have their receipts, and based on what Diddy's lawyers are saying, he's innocent. So why would you want a plea deal if you're so adamant that they will prove that he is an innocent person who hasn't done anything wrong?
Yeah, no.
I can barely speak the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sarah B, she did have great hair. I don't know about the muffins. I mean, the muffins became a very important part of that trial. The muffins became iconic. And I have to give it to it. It's not very often that a baked good becomes iconic.
In a trial.
In a trial, I'm just saying. It was a moment. Katie said, are you planning a stream on Friday? Just curious. I don't know. Part of what's going on is Andy is going to London, so I am helping out with the channel behind the scenes. And going
in front of the camera.
Pardon?
And in front of the camera.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's going to be juggling, and I have to do the best that I can. But sometimes my body goes, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. So I'm hoping we're going to be okay. But I will keep you guys posted.
I think, too, it'll depend on what breaks.
Absolutely.
Like, how much more are we going to get this week?
Yeah. Yeah, Jay Briville said, I said earlier today, Diddy is learning the cold, hard truth about how his future might be for the rest of his life. It's true. It's true. It's going to be cold, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be dark and in a dirty jail cell. Let me see. Rose said, I think Dids was, I should say G-worded, I'm trying to be careful, at some point when he got into the music biz. It's what I've heard, and Diddy ran with it. His hunger for power went over any morals he may have had. Honestly, that whole history is quite fascinating. The alleged history of Diddy and how he got into the music industry. It is concerning. And again, like, I don't like to speak to the potential of somebody's trauma if I don't know that they've had it, because if they haven't shared it, then it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's nobody's business, right? But yeah, there's definitely some sus stuff going on there. I will agree with you. Okay. Let me see here. Oh gosh, Katie said we need muffins instead of a cupcake night. That's a good inside joke. Thank you. So Dreadnought said his lawyer did say he wanted October 9th, probably to prevent more information from getting in. People are calling in. Yeah, and that's that. They did allude in the bail hearing today that there have been people calling, and now is the time, because he doesn't have as much power as he did, right? So I'm happy to hear that. Let me see here. Ken said, I think you deserve a show of just what the what and other fun stuff. Maybe. Maybe we can do that. Some days we need that. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, Jackie Swan said, it's Kim. I have tried 4 times to donate memberships, but all I get is the Wi-Fi wheel for ages, and then I have to refresh the page to get back to the chat. Help, please. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. It might be something that whatever device you're using, it's not working for whatever reason. I don't know why that happens, but I do appreciate you thinking of me and considering me and doing that. It does mean a lot. Thank you. Yeah, Natalie just said, I know that all the victims are relieved, but still very scared, and I know there are going to be many more arrests to come. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I hope today gives them a bit more peace of mind, just knowing that he was denied bail. From what we could tell from the tweets, very adamantly, that he's not going to be able to buy his way out of prison right now. I hope that gives them peace.
Mm-hmm.
That no.
Yeah. Houston, it's good to see you. Hello. Said every time something bad is announced, Weinstein, Heffy, Diddy, etc., we are told that it's been an open secret known by many but told by no one. Can people who know other open secrets please talk now? Yeah.
Kind of scary. Like, how many more open secrets are there?
There's too many. There's too many. Let me see here. Oh, Jay Bribble said, does anyone need a mega pint? I do. I do. All right. Well, I think we're getting to the end here. Yep, all good. Okay. Oh, yeah, Dreadnought said, Penny for Shug Knight's thoughts.
Oh, please.
Oh, what's his next podcast from prison going to be like? Oh, my gosh. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, you guys, I'm going to wind down. It has been a long day. Thank you guys so much for choosing to be with me today. And going to Popcorn if you did. It all just means so much. I know you had a lot of options, and it does mean a lot to me. I am going to roll the outro. Please consider leaving a comment at the end of this video. I do my best to interact with them as much as I can, and it tells YouTube that there is activity on this video as a video, not just as a stream. It really helps me out in the algorithm. So much love to you guys, and let's go the outro. Producer Sisters, anything you want to say?
Just thank you guys for being here. Welcome to all the new subs. We hope to see you back again, and yeah, we're gonna keep covering this and as it unfolds, and justice for all of these people.
Yep.
The ones we know about and the ones we don't.
Yep. Off we go. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye.